And it's Kevin again, your mentor from the sales department. I've heard things have been going well for you here at ABC, and I wanted to congratulate you on navigating those foundational steps of being a good salesperson so well. I've heard that you've had great success so far in prospecting for those potential clients and getting those initial meetings, so congratulations. I want to spend some time with you today because now it's time to master that next step in the sales process, the sales call. So today I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the 4 different parts of the sales call, how to implement them, and some tips and tricks on how to do well in your sales calls. So to begin with, there are 4 different parts to the sales call, and first up, it's the approach. So now during the approach, this is where you're going to be building the rapport with your stakeholder, yeah? Create that initial connection and add some credibility. This should take around 2 to 3 minutes, and it should be, in the beginning of your call. Second, it's the discovery phase. In the discovery phase, which usually takes the longest, you're going to be collecting information from your stakeholder. So this is also known as the education phase because you're going to be learning about the situation, in which can allow you to connect better with the situation and the product and service that you're selling. So this is also a really perfect time to be asking those CCCV questions, which I know you know are your circumstance, challenge, consequence, and value questions. So questions like these can really help the stakeholder hone in on those particular issues and can help them see the value of your product, right? And can even help them uncover challenges they may not have realized and how that can affect them if left unresolved. So this is also too important to note that you're not selling your product here in this phase because next is the presentation phase. In the presentation phase, that's kind of like where you're adding into everything you've uncovered during your discovery phase. So highlight the most important points to your stakeholder from your previous calls and create a value proposition. Your value proposition should be uniquely curated with your stakeholders' needs in mind, right? And how your product and service will benefit them. This is kind of like your prescription, and it's your goal to sell them on why they need it. So during your presentation phase, it's also important to make sure the stakeholder is actively listening on whether your product or not can add business value. So you got to make sure you educate yourself on your stakeholders' priority business goals and their business values. And lastly, of course, it's the close. Use this time to recap your understanding of the situation and how you can help with your product or service. Now that we've finished going through the steps of the sales call, here are a few tips and tricks that you can help stay on track. So first of all, make sure you set a call objective during your approach. Give a framework of what you want out of the call from the get-go so that your stakeholder can get an idea of what to expect. With that in mind, make sure you always add an opening and a trial close so that you can ensure that your stakeholder and you are on the same page the entire time. Number 2, ask some open-ended questions. Make sure to keep things broad so that they can elaborate and give you more details. This way, once you get some more context, you can narrow it down and ask some more specifics. Lastly, number 3, make sure to actively listen. Make sure you ask those follow-up questions that are intriguing and thoughtful, okay? And foster a genuine connection with them during your calls. All right, Jillian, with that being said, I hope you have everything you need to crush it here making those sales calls. I hope you can make us proud here at ABC, and I hope this video was informative of what to expect and what is expected of you during the next phase of your sales journey.